Hey, sit quietly for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. I know there's been a storm inside your heart lately. Not necessarily outside, but inside. A storm of thoughts, worries, emotions, memories, questions, and even when everything around you looks calm, your mind still feels restless sometimes. Your heart still feels unsettled. You try to stay strong. You try to stay peaceful. But some days the heaviness quietly returns, and you feel emotionally exhausted without even knowing how to explain it. But listen to this is not random. God is speaking to you right now, and He's saying, I am calming the storm inside you. Take another slow breath and let those words settle gently into your spirit. God says, I know how much your heart has been carrying. The fears you rarely speak out loud. The worries that return late at night. The sadness you try to push away during the day. The emotional weight that has slowly built up over time. God says, I know there are moments when your thoughts feel overwhelming. Moments when your heart races with uncertainty. Moments when your spirit feels tired from carrying invisible stress for too long. And I know you've been trying to hold yourself together quietly. But hear me gently, you do not have to fight this storm alone anymore. God says, I did not create your heart to live in constant fear. I did not create your spirit to stay trapped in heaviness forever. I want peace for you. Real peace. The kind that reaches deep inside your soul. God says, I know life has given you reasons to worry, reasons to feel uncertain, reasons to feel emotionally tired sometimes. You've lived through heartbreak, loss, change, disappointment, loneliness, and those experiences left waves inside your heart. God says, but the storm inside you does not get the final word over your life. I do. God says, even now while your thoughts feel restless, I am gently bringing calmness back into your spirit. Little by little. Moment by moment. God says you may not feel instant peace overnight. Healing often happens quietly, slowly, like the ocean becoming calmer after a long storm. God says, I know there are moments when your mind keeps replaying fears. What if something goes wrong? What if things never get better? What if I'm carrying this heaviness forever? But listen carefully, fear is speaking from uncertainty. I am speaking from peace. God says you do not need to carry tomorrow inside your heart today. You do not need to prepare yourself for every possible problem. That constant emotional tension is exhausting your soul. God says, I want you to breathe again, rest again, feel safe again, not because life is perfect, but because you are finally learning that you are not carrying life alone. God says, I have carried you through every difficult season already. Every heartbreak, every sleepless night, every painful chapter you once thought would break you completely, and yet you are still here, still standing, still loved, still held by me. God says, so why would I stop caring for you now? Why would I stop guiding you now? Why would I leave you alone in this season? I want. God says the storm inside you will not last forever. This anxiety, this heaviness, this emotional exhaustion, it is not your permanent home. Peace is coming back to you. God says, I know there are still unanswered questions, still uncertainties, still things you wish were different. But peace does not come from controlling every outcome. Peace comes from trusting that I am already holding you through every uncertain moment. God says you no longer have to brace yourself for disaster every day. You no longer have to live with your heart constantly tense. You are safe to release some of that fear now. God says, I am calming your thoughts, softening your fears, quieting the noise inside your spirit, and teaching your heart how to rest again. God says, there are still peaceful days ahead of you. Still mornings where your mind feels lighter. Still evenings where your spirit feels calm. Still moments where you suddenly realize the storm no longer controls you the way it once did. God says, and one day, you will look back on this season and realize something beautiful. Even while you were struggling internally, I was slowly restoring peace inside you. Not suddenly, but faithfully, gently, lovingly. God says, so stop believing that you must carry all this emotional weight forever. You don't. Stop believing that peace is only for other people. It is for you too. God says, rest your thoughts now. Rest your heart now. Let your spirit breathe again. Because I am still here, still holding you, still comforting you, and still calming the storm inside you, one peaceful moment at a time. If this message brought peace to your heart, type GODIS calming my heart in the comments. And remind yourself today the storm inside you will not last forever. Peace is slowly finding its way back to your soul,